Hello everyone, it's Elizabeth and I wanted to show you the cute little travel notebooks I've been making. First I made one where I took two large envelopes and covered them with map pieces. So that's not one large map, it's got all kinds of little bits and pieces. You can see where the roads just stop and so on. Of course real roads do just stop, but these are because of the way the envelope and just covering it with the stuff, even lining the edge just a little bit. Anyway, it was two large envelopes. There's one, and then the other was here, the front. So I liked the way this works so well, decided I was going to keep it myself, so I created another one, the virtual same thing, only this time with scrapbook paper, because I know there are a lot of people that do junk journaling that have a lot of scrapbook paper from their earlier days. So this one did not, of course, have any windows in it, so I just made a window, and that's kind of wonky there, so let's see if we can straighten that out a little bit. Okay, so I made a window for it, but I put a heavy-duty vellum there, so you can just barely see anything through it, and you can barely see that maybe you can see there are clouds on the picture on the tag that I put in there. This has a double tag, which is just a piece of the scrapbook paper. For this particular travel notebook, I used what's called Beach House, and it's by Paper Studios, which means that it's available through Hobby Lobby. That's their brand, and if you watch, they usually have anything that says Paper Studio 50%, so you can probably get it for half of the $19.99 price tag. I know I did. Anywho, there are journaling cards throughout, and they're just really paper, but if you're thinking of a travel notebook, I think of it as being a lighter weight thing than a journal might be. A journal, you know, if you have it 3 inches thick, it doesn't matter because it sits on your shelf when it's not in use. And a travel notebook goes with you wherever you're going. And if you were backpacking, for example, you'd want as lightweight as you can. Anyway, I made a cute little pocket which is an expandable pocket. And it's expandable all 3 sides, the bottom as well as the sides, and therefore you can put a lot more in it. And if you do put something that's thick, say an eraser for example, you can still close the book because you have elastic that's going to be holding it. But you can see that it would make a little thickness. Of course you don't have to put an eraser in there. You can put your receipts or your cards or whatever it is that you'd like to put into the, well, can't get a hold of my little string. Whatever you'd like to put into an envelope to save it. I only put the tape on 3 sides, so it does have a little pocket in behind it. And I just put a little, you know, like small notepad in case there was something you needed to note. Or you could put your receipts in there or whatever too. And you don't, I mean, you could, you know, take this out and not put it in there if you didn't want to. Here's another little tablet of scrapbook pages. This one you could probably write on both sides because there's not a lot, I mean it's not really dark pages, so it would be pretty easy to write on both sides. I made these to look like that they were the original envelopes, so they have, you know, there's actually, if it was the envelope, you could pass your hand all the way through, and you can in this case, but you won't want to do that. Okay, so this page has just kind of a curve for the pocket on that page. On this page, just like in my other one, I made a little flip out, and this little flip out can hold things like your list of things to remember to take with you. And I stamped on the Explore because when I did use the pages, made the little pockets on here, I made them with a sheet of the paper that said the world, and was able to make it look like it still said the world instead of the world. So therefore, I thought Explore the World was a good way to say it. This tucks into the pocket that also has another card, which is just, you know, a folded scrapbook page to write on. And you could write, say, 1 trip per page or you know, 1 adventure per page, whatever you want to do. But the pocket, this is removable because then you don't have the thickness if you're writing in the actual diary part of the book. And this has just scrapbook page. I picked the pages so that they weren't too obnoxious as far as the amount of junk that's on them. You could write all kind, you could use this to write all kinds of information on using the lines that are automatically in the design there. I mean, that could be a lot of fun. Just clip it on so that it doesn't come loose. If it did, I mean, you could just let it be loose, but the clip helps too. And then, of course, you might clip other things to it, or you might put a little charm on that clip at some time. This is your actual notebook for writing your adventures and so on, and I actually made a second one for it, so there are actually 2 little notebooks for it. This one has brown pages, and that one has kind of blue pages. I included one that has shells and rocks, and I thought, if somebody's journaling here, they could put something just in one rock, and it could be a lot of fun to fill out that page with your information that you want to do. You could write along the tears in this, book page. But I left it where 2 facing pages, had the print on them, and then the 2 other pages would have non-print. So you have plenty of journaling space there. Then after that, we had a belly band, and that just contains another journal spot. This is meant to be used for journaling. It's not really, it's not overly embellished because, in fact, it's not really embellished at all because, that adds weight. And then if you are collecting things from your journeys, you might want to embellish it yourself. And when I made this one, well, first I'll show you this. There's another journaling card in that page. Well, if I can get it open. Ta-da! That just goes back in there. And this one, I made this little pocket here first, and then I decided I didn't really like it for inside the journal because it was a little dark, and I kind of wanted something a little more light in there. And so I had it left over. So when I finished this journal, I did put it on the back of the journal because the other one has a window on the back, so you wouldn't want to put it on the back of that one. But on the back of this one, it didn't have a window, so again, I left it open at the top here so that you could stick something in it. And of course, I don't have anything to stick in it. There's something. You could stick, receipts or tags or whatever you want in there. And then it also flips open this way. So you have 3 pages going this way with the, including the journal. 3 pockets, 1, 2, 3, and then the pocket that goes the opposite way. It does have another journaling card in it, and then you have these, the curved style, excuse me, pockets, my throat's a little dry, that you can, put whatever you want in, and that's just at the back of the journal, and that's what it looks like. It's easy to close with the elastic, and you can have a little place here to stick your pencil so that you don't lose it. And this being on the back, then you can, like, if you're actually traveling and doing things, you could actually, add things to it without having to open your journal. Just, stick them in here for adding to your journal later. And it is the full gusseted pocket. I used some pretty washi tape. In some places I needed it. In some places it just was kind of decorative. So there we have it. That is the little travel journal, and I'm going to be putting this in my Etsy shop. So if you're interested, you can go take a look, and if you like it enough, you can purchase it. Otherwise, there is a full tutorial for it in the group called JJ with Joy. That's capital J, WITHJOY. I'll write that in the comments. And in that group, I do a thing called Technique Tuesday and show different techniques of how to make things. And there's a full set of tutorials for how to make this. So if you want to make it, you can do that. If you want to buy it, you can do that. Thank you for watching. Hope you subscribe, comment, do a thumbs up, and share this video. Thank you very much. Bye.